How's it going, everyone? I'm Sir James, coming at you guys with another custom lightsaber review. This time I definitely have a custom saber here, as this one is not even character related. This particular custom saber is made by TXQ and was obtained through CCSabers. So as before, if you're interested in this hilt or anything CCSabers tends to offer, I do have an affiliate link located in the video description down below that you may use if you like, which will give yourself a little bit of a discount. Obviously, if you can't already tell, yes, my voice is still off. You may recall my last video that I uploaded was revealing this awesome Phase 2 330-second Black Series helmet, where I definitely was really sick in that video. I still got it. It went from me having the severe cold to the stomach flu, and I'm just like, what else can go wrong at this point? So anyways, I'm feeling well enough to hopefully get through this video, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So first off, let me go ahead and give you guys a closer look of the hilt as we dive into all the nitty-gritty stuff. So here is a quick overview of the hilts from a distance. And here is a closer look. Now these icons here are meant to represent the Imperial logo based on the product description. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. That is a kyber crystal chamber right there, exposed, covered in this brass material, which we'll take a closer look once we take out the internals. This is also a singular button here, and this is the Proffie version, by the way. And the rest of the design. And there's the emitter section. You do have those holes there. So one of the things I like about this hilt is the fact that when I look at it, I kind of think of a couple characters on top of my head. For example, the exposed kyber crystal makes me think of Starkiller's lightsaber from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. As you guys know, my personal favorite saber. And the holes here at the emitter kind of remind me of the Ventress yellow-bladed saber that she ends up getting eventually down the road. And you may look at other parts of this and say, hey, that kind of reminds me of this and that, and other cool features too. So before I actually fire this up, I want to go ahead and kind of go over the little basics first. You do, of course, get a lightsaber case like this with the Proffie version, which will come with all your accessories, like your lightsaber blade, you have your hex tools, you do have your retention screws, all that stuff, charging cable, lightsaber stand, everything that you need to not only use the saber, to get it up and running, but to also display it. So everything in one nice sweet package, and you are essentially good to go, so you don't have to worry about finding a blade or anything like that whatsoever. Next, when it comes to taking this one apart, a lot of the sabers that I've been showcasing recently have been having it to where it's got a quick release chassis type mechanism. This one does not. So for this one, if you need to take this apart to charge it, you first are going to need to unscrew the pommel section like so and drop it on the floor. Okay, you don't need to drop it on the floor, but I mean, this thing's heavy duty enough to withstand. When you do that, you're going to find that this little plastic piece comes loose. So you just could go ahead and move that off to the side or remove it. I just put it in my pocket right now. And then you are going to need to remove this screw right here. It is only one screw. And do you know it is a long screw, because what that screw is doing, it's pushing into the chassis and it's holding this button up to make it easier to access. And I'll show you what I mean once I do that. And the reason why I'm doing this now is because obviously when I get to the portion where I fire this up, that one's going to take a little bit longer. And obviously it's important to know how to take this apart, so that way you guys can go ahead and use this just fine. Last thing that you want is to buy a product from one of my videos that might interest you and be like, I have no idea how to take this apart, and now you're stuck at trying to figure that out yourself. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the screw entirely. You can sometimes loosen it to quite a bit. So when it gets to the point where it's all the way out, like so, you can kind of push the button in, like so, go to the crystal chamber, and just slide this down a bit to where you can go ahead and grab it right here and remove the entire chassis completely. And this part's actually pretty cool. And here is what the chassis actually looks like. One whole piece. So yeah, this is indeed made of brass. It's definitely very heavy on this end. You got your pins there for your Neopixel connector. You got your crystal chamber there with your quartz crystal. Nice clean wiring job. It does feature a removable battery, and you can recharge this right here with the USB-C cable that is provided inside the packaging. If you need to get access to the actual Proffie board, do note that you do need to remove the one screw that's located right down here. Right down there. And then you can go ahead and remove that to get access to the Proffie board. Now, if you don't know how to mess with Proffie, not to worry. This thing does come included with over 20 lightsaber fonts, and I normally tend to remove those in my videos so I could put other fonts on there so you're not listening to the same fonts over and over again. But for the purposes of this review, I left it as is, so I'm showing you completely like it is by default. Now, if you wish to reinsert this, reconnect it all together, you're just going to go ahead and carefully slide this in. You want to go ahead and angle the button upwards. When you get to the point where you can't push it in anymore because you don't want to push that speaker itself, you can go ahead and use the crystal chamber up here to slide this upwards to the point where it stops moving. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and reinsert that screw. And this is what I mean about the screw helping with the button. Because as you can see, the button is it's sitting in there pretty deeply, but once we insert the screw, that's going to push up on that to go ahead and sit a little bit more flush with the hilts. Now, if you're finding the screw not going in nicely, you could just slightly adjust the hilt up or down, and seeing, once the screw goes in completely. And once we do that, I like showing this in real time. I think it makes it easier, a little bit of a tutorial. And as you can see, just like that, the button is now flush. Then you're going to go ahead and take that one white piece, slide it on top, or you can completely remove it. There's a little bit of customization room with this hilt, in my opinion, what you want to do. Or you can remove those white pieces and maybe custom paint it your own. I don't know if they're going to do like additional parts or pieces that you can use to customize this with. If they do, I think that would be pretty cool, in my opinion. Alright, and just like that, we are all good and ready to go. So let's go ahead and bring a blade on over. Definitely getting warm in here for a night video. Alright. Go ahead and tighten that blade up for you. Now, as far as retention screws, there's only one retention screw. So you're just going to go ahead and tighten that to a snug fit. And once you do that, you should be ready to go. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn off these lights here. Now, the reason why I didn't change any of the saber fonts, because I was curious myself how the crystal chamber was going to react. Now, obviously, you'll know, well, it didn't. It just went away right when I was about to show that. But when the saber's turned on, you do have an LED on the button. Like I said, the crystal chamber will glow the same color as the main blade. So, really nice effect. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little bit of a sucker when it comes to things like weathered hilts, exposed kyber crystals, double-bladed lightsabers, things of that category. And like I said, any of the saber fonts that I showcased in today's video is going to be on here by default when you guys pick up this hilt. As far as how does the hilt feel in the hand, it's definitely comfortable. One thing to note as far as the hilt goes is that there is no cover tech wheel and there's no D-ring. So if you're hoping to clip it onto your belt, you're a little bit out of luck, unless if you can add that yourself. But thankfully there are places like Etsy, for example, where you can go and get a lightsaber holster that you can go ahead and use to be able to carry the hilt with you if that is your desire. And if I remember to do so, I'll try to link one in the description below from Etsy. Now, besides some of the basic lightsaber fonts, you're also going to get some crazy effect ones too with this. Now, as far as changing lightsaber colors, typically with a two button setup, it's typically easy because you press the 2 buttons and you can go ahead and switch colors. And you might be wondering, well, can you still do that with a single button? And the answer is yes. If I remember correctly, I believe you have to point the lightsaber downward, press the button, and twist it. Oop. Well, I had it working, but I twisted too much. You just want to do a slight twist. There you go. And you hear a button. And when you do that, maybe the reflection off here will help with that. But you can go ahead and switch to whatever color that you want to be. And once you find a color that you like, we're going to go to a red here. Or reddish orange. There you go. Kind of like from the Ahsoka series coming up. Just like that. So not only will the blade change color, but as you can see, the kyber crystal is also going to change the same color as the blade. And you're good to go.
I'm told it is the dark saber.
No, it's the Imperial Frost Saber. Now, as far as changing lightsaber fonts for a single button setup, you're just going to go ahead and press down and let go. Just basically within a second. And it's going to go ahead and do that. It's also got adjuster control, so you go ahead and you got your twist on. Oop.
You are fighting against the blade.
And twist off. Yes, I know I was fighting against the blade. Thank you very much. And then showing that with the kyber crystal chamber. Boom. Looks pretty cool with the white crystal too, especially with the white color here.
Fighting against the blade.
You know, one of these days I am going to hit that camera, and it's not going to be on purpose, but it's going to be funny and sad if I break it.
Tell Kestis.
There it is. This one seems to almost match the button a little bit, more of a darker blue. Oh, we got more of a light blue.
Anakin. General Kenobi.
I'm just kind of cycling through the fonts, and then we'll showcase some like little crazy ones.
Kenobi. Kenobi.
So we're gonna see how this would react with the effect that they have on here. So that one, not too much with the effect. But definitely not a proper model.
I can see him in my mind's eye.
Sorry, I just can't resist.
You better get on with your exercises.
Tell me, is this training?
My training? No. Always training. The universe is.
And of course you also got your blaster deflect stuff. When the sabers turn on, you just tap the button. And then you got your blade not blade deflection, you got your blade lockup effect. Then you go ahead and use, and it's also got tip drag and all that stuff too. Let's see.
When only a few of us have left.
Okay, I'm curious to see how this one. I haven't seen what the effect of the kyber crystal is going to be, but let's go ahead and see how this one looks. That's pretty cool. A little fun one. I like that one. That one never gets old. There we go. See, I knew it was gonna hit something. It's always that ceiling. So, always fun in the end. But like I said, there's a lot of saber fonts on here. I'm not gonna cycle through every one. I mean, I'm not gonna activate every one, but just to kind of.
You seem a little unhinged. What is this? Teensy.
Smooth gray, smooth Jedi.
Luke Skywalker.
And that's kind of where I started with that one. Though definitely not a Lightsaber font. But let me go ahead and turn that on. See, starting to lose my voice again. But overall, it's definitely a fun saber. I definitely like this a lot. I like the exposed kyber crystal. It's a really neat feature there. And if you like the exposed kyber crystal on this, let me know. I think, I'm not 100% positive on this one, but I think they're going to have other hilts where this chassis can be used, where you still have that exposed kyber crystal look to it, but with a different design for the chassis and whatnot, which will be pretty cool to see, which I can't wait to check it out myself. But let me know what you guys think about the Imperial Frost Lightsaber by TXQ. Let me know in the video, or not, I keep saying video description, in the video comment section below. And like I said, if you want to use my affiliate link, you're more than welcome to do so. It's located in the video description as well. And let me know in the comments as well. Are you guys excited for the upcoming Ahsoka series on Disney Plus? Let me know in the comment section as well. And until then, I'll see you guys on the next video upload.